friends! Someone made another request for me to review something, for Sennelier. I don't know why you're requesting me to review things, because I'm not exactly an expert, but I appreciate your trust in my judgment. Sennelier is one of the, upper tier brands. As you can see, I've used this tube. But I don't actually know much about it, because when I was beginning to paint, quite a few years ago, when I started painting for the first time, I just bought a bunch of different brands to see what I like, what I didn't. And Sennelier was one of the, I think I got maybe a sample pack or something. And then I just used it, and then I stopped using it, and I don't remember why, but someone mentioned the name, and I'm like, that sounds familiar. And I dug in my big old paint bucket, and I found this. So yes, I've used this at some point, and I don't know anything about it. So we're going to compare them. This is just one of the colors I dug up, lemon yellow. So we're going to compare them to Winsor lemon, because that seems like a good comp. Cadmium yellow pale, because I just have it. And permanent yellow light from Williamsburg. We're doing the same exact thing we did in the last video with the last paint I reviewed, because yellow is what I found in my paint bucket. And black, but black doesn't really help us see things. And we're going to mix it up and make some greens with some ultramarine blue from Williamsburg. Yeah. Anyway, cursory examination of Sennelier just from the internet. Their pricing scheme is pretty much on par with other upper tier brands. Like, they actually price different tubes by pigment, which is different from the brand I reviewed last week, which was just flat price everything, which is weird. But they have different prices, and they seem to be on par with some of the upper brands in view of pricing. They have the usual stuff on their bottom: pigment, safety warnings, cool little thing on their little aluminum tube. I like it when designs are on the tube. It feels very vintage when they do that. Yeah. So we are going to get this on the road. We got some, you can probably not see anything at all. Haven't used this in a while, so come on, there you go. You got it. And we gotta close up the tube. We got some, ooh, that's actually quite smooth, very buttery, very thick. Like, there's no transparency at all in that. I like that. That was not anticipated. Now we got some Williamsburg ultramarine blue. That probably came in one of those multi-packs, but they do like the multi-packs. Let's make a green. We're making a green. That's a nice green. Yeah, that took a bit. You got there eventually. But yeah, that's a nice green. Let's take a closer little look at that. Yeah, okay. Now we gotta clean that off. No contamination. This is gonna be a funky video. My garbage can. I forgot to open it up. Okay, now we got Winsor lemon, which isn't like great because it's one of the Winsor Newtons that's made in France and not England, and their quality dropped after that happened. Boop. Yeah, it's like a little bit like Play-Doh. It has some kind of rubberiness to it that keeps making it want to stick together. Don't know why. Yeah, it's doing that. Don't know why it's doing that. Try not to get it on my table. That's a lighter shade. It's like Winsor and Newton, French, the ones that are made in France. Where is it? Does it say anywhere made in France? I'm trying to find it. Made in England. Ah, this is actually made in England. What the hell? Why is it such bad quality? I don't know. Yes. I'm complaining. There we go. Winsor and Newton modern paints are just really bad compared to the older ones, and I don't know why. That might not have been enough. Yellow, perhaps. It's like sticking together. Why is it doing that? Yeah. But that's more or less. This is slightly brighter in shade than this. But the greens are pretty much on par with each other. Let's clean that off. Get some I do not have an organized workspace. I'm just running all over the place trying to get things. Now let's do permanent yellow light, because why not? Different brands do different things. Come on, you can close. It's not closing. Come on, there we go. Maybe not enough of that. I might need a little bit more to really get, yeah, okay. Let's not be stingy now. We're doing a video here like a professional. Okay. Got a little bit more of that. Now all together, they're not looking so much different, but okay, let's get the blue. That's about 50-50, maybe. I'm a professional. Williamsburg is usually used to be one of my most top-tier favorite brands, but now I'm kind of leaning more towards, Michael Harding was always top tier too, but like, Blue Ridge is really appealing to me lately. Oh, that was too much blue in there. Yep. Okay, that was too much blue. This is going to look a little darker, but only because I accidentally got too much blue from the underneath. But so far, it's all looking pretty much the same. Like, can you really tell this apart? Doesn't quite have the same thing going on as the last review, where things were like violently different. Yes, violently. Now we got the cadmium yellow pale, which is Winsor Newton. Okay, Winsor Newton is not one of my favorite brands. Look at all that oil that came out of it. Look at all that oil. Yeah. I don't even know why I included this. This is definitely a different shade entirely. Yeah, I don't know why I did that. I don't think we need to even mix that with blue. That's a different color. I should like keep track of what I'm doing. But yeah. This is Sennelier's, what color is this again? Lemon citron? Lemon yellow. I can read. Then the Lemon Winsor, permanent yellow light from Williamsburg, and the greens are pretty much the same. But okay, general consensus on Sennelier, it's very smooth. It's really impressive, quite honestly. It's kind of my jam. It doesn't have any thinness. Like, it's not as transparent as a lot of the other brands that I've tried. Seems to be thicker. Has a good coverage. Shades match fairly. This is still a slightly brighter shade. Winsor Lemon is a little bit brighter than Permanent Yellow Light and Sennelier's Lemon Yellow, but the greens more or less look identical to each other. Ignore this mess. Yeah, I'm trying not to get into the shadow because I do not have good lighting in here. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Sennelier gets an A+ from me because it's quite nice, actually. Maybe I'll use it more. So yes, thank you for watching. If you want me to review any more specific brands, let me know. Yes, maybe next week we'll do another vintage video. I don't know. Thank you. Have a good day. Goodbye, everybody.